Hello Scorpio and welcome to your weekly reading here on the Astroflower, going from the 15th to the 21st of April 2024. Sun's starting to pick up a little bit. You might have felt the vibrations kicking in sort of Wednesday, around about the sort of 10th, I think it's the 10th, around about that sort of thing. It will be picking up even more in this coming week, by the end of the week, certainly by sort of Thursday, Friday. I would have thought, and there'll be a lot more sort of vibrant energies coming our way. So let's just see how that's going to affect your weekly reading here with the Astroflower. Overall energies here, karmic message on your relationship side, karmic message on your financial side, influence in the universe, influence in past self, future self, and general outcome. For all of those who have been with the Astroflower for some time now, thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Really, it's been overwhelming sometimes, nicely overwhelming in a really nice way. But yeah, thank you very much for being here. Yes, and for all of you newcomers, welcome to your baptême, as they say in French, for the Astroflower. I'm going to change things up slightly in the way I read it. Nothing major. I don't want to rock the boat, as it were. But I'm just going to try and read the influence from the future before I read the influence from the past. And it's going to be much more in a story sort of way about it all. So without further ado, let's just go on in and see what's going on. Overall energy. Things are moving quickly for you, Scorpio. It's once you get in this rhythm, it's like, I don't know if you've ever been on a onesie, which is a bicycle that doesn't have any gears. At the very beginning, when you start pedaling, it's really hard. And once you get up to speed, though, there's no stopping you. And it becomes a lot easier to pedal. Braking is a complication sort of thing. But, it's much easier to sort of pedal once you pick up a bit of speed. And I think this is what's happening here. I think you're getting this whole sort of sensation that things are going a lot quicker for you because you are engaged in the whole sort of thing. Okay, on your karmic path here, on your relationship side here, I think you've got it's appreciation. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting it like I need to just sort something. Excuse me. There you go. It was just that. There you go. Lovely. Yes. Yeah, you're getting. It's like appreciation. I think you're really cherishing the relationships that like a BFF, sort of scenario here. There's a lot of cherishing of that, and I think you're being cherished as well, Scorpio, in the relationship side. And you know what it's like when you feel appreciated by the world around you. It's a lot easier to actually, if you're looking for like a one-to-one relationship, it's easier to get into a one relationship when you're feeling at one with the environment that is around you. You know what I mean? Relationships on rebounds, they tend to be like stones skipping across the water. You know what I mean? They just keep bouncing. Yeah, I think this is really good quality work for you. The devil is in the detail. This is from the universe here, and I think this is why you're being appreciated, and this is why you're appreciating the people that really count for you. Because the universe here is almost, it feels like they're testing your mettle in a way, as if to sort of say, you're going to stick to this, Scorpio, you're going to keep to this path, or can I deviate you off your path with this distraction? That sort of thing. That's the sort of I think the universe is playing devil's advocate with you in a way, and I think you should. And on the reverse side of that, you've got the devil that's also making you very focused on the essential things, on the appreciation side of things of relationships, and it's going to make you blossom. I think that card definitely wanted to come out. What it's breeding for you, and this is where we're going into the future. What it's breeding for you is like this. It's like a blessing, this appreciation, because it almost heals all those internal wounds that life tends to throw in our way, that, you know, that lacerates the brain, as, you know, David Bowie would say, on a regular daily basis, that we all need healing from. And this is, you know, there's a lot of sort of like, you know, a lot of sort of getting together, having hugs and that sort of thing with your friends, and really appreciating it. And I think that's what it's taking you on, is onto a real healing course within you. And I think life is giving you that. It's giving you that healing sort of sensation in your life. And it's making you sort of very open to possibilities. And also you can see a lot easier when things aren't good. You know, from your past to your future, I almost want to switch these two cards around. Maybe that's habit there. From your past to your future, you've got this Ace of Cups. I think you're ready to give, you know, to give your Ace of Cups to someone, or someone's ready to give their Ace of Cups to you when this happens. And this happens because you get that that connection, that appreciation with the people around you. And there's no more messing now. You're getting obsessive about the idea that you really enjoy being in the presence with others. And that healing thing comes on really, really quickly. It might even come on this week, which will release this Ace of Cups in your life in a very, very beautiful way. And yeah, I think this healing is going to free you up. That's the general outcome. I don't think there's nothing here to sort of say entrapment, certainly here, but I really think it's you know, we all get this sensation of kind of going, oh, glad I got out of that. Yeah, you got out of that, but did you resolve the scars or the painful conflict from within you? And I think this is much more to do with that here. I think it's a case of your healing inside, and with that healing inside, it just sort of completely sets you free in the way in which you conduct yourself or engage yourself with the world that is around you. Absolutely lovely. On your financial side, getting on, I think you've got your head down, and this is also part of the appreciation of life, is like getting down and doing some good work and getting it done, getting the results, you know, or planting those seeds for those results. I'm not sure that the results are actually there at this present time for anything that you want to be working on. Could be business, job, projects, whatever it is. You know, you're now getting on, and it's like creating the foundation for a house. That's what you're doing. You're getting the foundation, so then you really can build what you want out of your financial career. On the influence from the universe here, you get the Five of Pentacles. The universe here is trying to sort of say to you, I think here is saying, I'm not sure whether you're burying yourself in the work here. This is the thing I'm getting. I almost get like this is self-imposed sort of isolation in a way. It's like you're, as I said, I think you're getting down and doing the work here. And I think this is a blessing in disguise. It doesn't allow for a lot of movement within the space around you. So you know, you're not steaming off down a road towards something. You're constructing something. You're creating something, and it could be creating this career path. And in order to do that, you need to, you know, sort of focus on where you're going and what you're doing. That's what seems to be coming out. And once you do, that's when the Chariot card comes in and things start playing a lot easier. Look at all these swords. It's quite mad, really. I think these are more warning cards than anything else. You get the Nine of Swords here. And that's in your future self. I would be very wary. Yeah, getting down and doing the work is a good thing. And I think that's a really good idea. But also, this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. To avoid stress and strain, because being out of the loop, that's how it feels like. Because you're working hard, you're being pulled out of the loop, as it were. within your financial world or whatever, within your business or your job or your projects, and being pulled out of that loop, you may turn around and lift your head and kind of go, so, what's going on in what's going on in the business, what's going on in the office, because you're dealing with stuff and you've missed a trick here and there, and that may cause a little bit of a stress and strain. So I think these are like warning cards more than anything else, saying, look, if you isolate yourself too much, you may run into problems. But I think here is a good thing to isolate to a certain degree. Concentrating on your side of things, I think, and your qualities is going to be a lot better than if you're pushing out too much. I think you've got to allow your good work to actually open the doors for you. Yeah, from your past self. Look at this. You got 2 knights on here. On your karmic path and on your past self. You got the 2 knights here. You're definitely going off on some sort of mission here. And there has been some sort of offering. And this is maybe where you're getting into the flow of either doing a like a workshop online or whatever, just doing a bit of a sort of formation or training course in order to get a new job. And you've been doing this and you've got this opportunity, or you've opened up a business, or you've started a new job, or you've been applying for a new job. All of that seems to be, you've had a lot of enthusiasm, and it's now getting down and doing the work. And I think you're a little bit harsh on yourself. That's where I'm getting these 2 cards here. Just don't be so harsh on yourself, Scorpio. I think where you're coming from, you should allow to flow through you. Allow that wave to carry you through, the momentum. That is what you're learning. You're learning at the top of it. It's on your karmic path to be the knight. But obviously at this week here, you're learning how to play within the environment. Could be your could be your job you're working in, your sort of business you're working in. You're learning to play within that environment, which allows you to plant some really good seeds going forward. And if you're stressing and straining about your career or your business, and if you're thinking about changing your business, I would have thought that change would be visible if you look into the past. So someone might have offered you a job in the past, you didn't accept it, but now you've sort of like looked back in the past and saying, I should have accepted that job there. So when the opportunity, because it's going to come back around, that's what life does. It circles like that. And opportunities come back, not exactly the same opportunity, but an opportunity that is very similar that comes back. So if you're looking for that, if you're looking and you're feeling a little bit stuck in life, this is all coming out because you've done good quality work on your relationship side and on your financial side. You've obviously putting into practice, things that you learn or you're learning at the moment in order to forward your career, your business, or your projects, whatever you wish to do. Okay, let's get on with the light seers card. Let's see what's going on here. I think this week here, this uptick of energy that we've seen on the sun, it's propelling you into a really good position, a really powerful position, and very quickly. And that can be disturbing sometimes. And that's what that could be about, that stress. And on your relationship side, that could be the healing, because it's brought you up to a sort of vibration that kind of goes, you know what, I'm ready for a relationship sort of scenario, because you're owning it. You're owning this change, this transition, which we're all going through, which we saw on the monthly reading. And this is now putting it into practice. And yes, we all get it wrong. Don't worry. From time to time, we get it wrong. The only thing you should worry about is if you don't learn from your mistakes, because you're only going to repeat them in some form or another. As I said, life goes around in circles, man. If you knew those circles, there's some circles you just kind of go, do you know what? I'm just going to lay back and watch the sun go by. I'm not even going to try anything because I'm just going to get my head chopped off. That sort of scenario. On the Yeah, I think this is to do with the evident path. I think this ties in. This is on your karmic path, right? And this ties in with the devil card. As I said, the devil's trying to sort of distract you and take you off in places and stuff like that. The universe playing with you, you know what I mean? Like a big sister or big brother does play, tease you a little bit. They don't want to hurt you or anything like that, I guarantee you. And here it's helping you. That appreciation is helping you to recognize that appreciation in others, recognize that appreciation in you, and it becomes so evident, so obvious about where you should be going on your karmic path. And it is literally putting one foot in front of the other. You don't have to try too hard here. I think this is why sometimes, I don't know if you've seen that scene out of Harry Potter when the three of them, they're in the woods and they fall into this twine weed sort of thing. It's binding them, and the more they struggle, the tighter it closes in you. And I think this is what you're putting into practice this week. So it's a case of kind of going, do you know what? I'm going to enjoy life. And then all of a sudden, the weed bind or bindweed or whatever it's called just literally falls away from you. And that's the sort of scenario. Got a page of cups here. The universe, this is help. This is where the universe is really being kind to you, actually. Incredibly kind to you. And it's really helping you out. So it's showing you things kind of trying to distract you. Yeah. So you can recognize this beautiful offering that has been coming through you, that either you are offering or that someone else is offering to you. It is the universe is helping you to see this clearly. And it's within the smaller details. It's maybe with someone you already know that you kind of go, do you know what? I didn't see them like that before. Wow. Oh, that's really interesting sort of scenario. That is that vibrant, beautiful energy. You're into your summer now, or you're coming into your summer. And this is where you can really allow yourself to open up to the joyous energies. And I think what you've learned in the past is self-love. I think that's what's now coming to the fore, and it's now coming to the love or appreciation within the world that is around you. And this self-love will bring enormous gifts to you, gifts to the world around you. And I think that's where the appreciation comes into it. I think the appreciation of others towards you is really nice and really beautiful. And that's what gives you that healing sort of scenario. Yeah. And you can convert the healing into marriage. That's what you could do. There's a definite, this is your future self. This is going into that celebration. This is setting yourself free. And this is why I think the Eight of Swords is a real sort of, it's saying to you, say goodbye to the past and open up to the future. Combining your attitude or your way of being with somebody else's way of being, that it fits beautifully and sits beautifully with the other person, and it's freedom that comes your way. And it comes through the Empress. And look at that. You got the Emperor. You got the Emperor, the Chariot, and the Empress. Could this be, I think you're turning into the divine person that you should be. That's what I think. It's absolutely beautiful for you, Scorpio. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, with the Empress card here, she has a control over emotions and she can create a lot of things. I think you do have a control over your emotions as well, Scorpio. Sometimes a little bit too much, as I said earlier on. Sometimes it's sort of like that weed bind or twine bead or whatever it is. It's sort of, you're giving birth to something new and you're freeing yourself up. And it comes through appreciation. It comes through appreciation. It's already come from the idea that, yeah, you should be appreciating yourself. And now the people around you are starting to appreciate you. And it's like you're getting the results of that. And it's really quite beautiful, actually, Scorpio. Really quite nice. Lovely. Lovely. Let's see what's going on in your financial side. Blimey, look at this. There's a lot of influence. I think this week here is a real resetting of the dials, as it were, in your life for success, basically. On your karmic path, you're going to own it. You're going to own it. You're going to get very passionate about what you're doing. Yeah, there is this sort of like teething moment this week here where you're learning a lot of things, and you're learning how to function within the new job, or going for that interview, or starting that business, or developing your business to the next level, or starting a project. Could be a book, could be a YouTube channel, could be a bakery club, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it seems like you're getting over the initial sort of stage fright stage, of life. Yeah, you need to walk away from that. And I think this is where the universe is showing you this, showing you your weaknesses, and walk away with them. Walk away from them and walk towards your strength. That is what is on your karmic path. And look, you've got that on your overall energies as well. It's all walking towards an absolute empowerment moment. And I think you've got to start doing this. Start sort of beefing yourself up, in other words, and not allowing your weaknesses sort of like come into play. And I think this is where you've got to have that getting on and doing, and that's what you're going to own it, getting on and doing the work, but at the same time, being very, just keeping your head up occasionally, just looking around and kind of go, oh, what's going on over there? That could be good for my business. Just keeping an eye out, keeping an eye out. You're certainly coming from a place of absolute beauty within you, I think, more than anything else. I think this offering that has been in the past, that's been building up for you, is like it's building into some pure happiness. And I think you need to remember that when you're doing that work. There is going to be weeks where it's going to be difficult, it's going to be tough, it's going to be, there's a lot of work on, and it's like if you're running like a clothes shop, and you're 2 weeks before Christmas, 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas, it's going to be a lot of work on. It's going to be frantic, it's going to be amazing. But when at the end of Christmas, when you've done really well, you're going to be going, oh, great. And that's what that future self is all about with the 8 of Swords. And you get the 9 of Wands with it. Yeah, I think this is, in the future here, is not to, this ties into that. Walking away from your weaknesses and walking towards your strengths. Yeah. Once you start doing that, your strengths will also be those healthy boundaries there that stop you doing and repeating the same things in the past. This is a massive opportunity for you, really. A really big opportunity for you to flip life on its head. So all the things that sort of blocked you in the past, now you can use and as a lesson, as a strength within you, actually, to turn around and use those losses in the past to be actual wins now in the future. And you're learning about that with the Page of Pentacles. Sometimes it's difficult. As I said, the energy of the sun's picking up. There's a definite uptick, and that's going to make everything a little bit more heightened. You're going to be able to see everything a little bit more clearly in regards to energy and so forth. And sometimes it's difficult to assume that role of control, or that role of responsibility, or that role of success. Sometimes it can be difficult, and you should never lose sight of yourself in all of this, as you're learning to put it all into practice. And I think that's the general outcome. And with that general outcome, that's when you can really allow that to replace that. Although that is a really good thing for learning. And you can allow your whole thing to come through, and you're going to be really sitting in your power. There you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate your support. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Yes, I did start off doing it in the new way I wanted to do it, and then in the clarification got me old way of doing it. But hey ho, the message comes out as it's supposed to come out. We do a load of stuff on our sister channel called Cymatic TV, which is all about energy. There's going to be more and more once the studio is in place. Yes, so Thank you very much. Again, I'll either see you over on Cymatic TV or I'll see you here, whichever where it is. It'd be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.